Let me learn y'all something today about folk magic. Because y'all be reading these books that you buy on the internet and stuff about Appalachian folk magic. And they want you to go out and get crystals and get all this bullshit. Bullshit. Okay? Exactly. Bullshit. Folk magic is all about using what you got in the yard. That's why it's different wherever you are, from holler to holler, region to region. Okay? Now look. It's a small backyard. Literally. And there's so much out here. You can see I keep working. There's so much out here. That's my beautiful pawpaw tree. It ain't fruited yet. But yes. Okay. This right here. This is jewelweed. It gets real pretty orange flowers on it. Okay. This is jewelweed. This back hillside was full of it. So I came out here and pulled me a bunch. Okay. What do you do with jewelweed? Well, I'm glad that you asked, even though you didn't. Let me tell you. What does jewelweed do out in the wild? It heals poison. It's for poison ivy, poison oak, because it always grows close to poison ivy. Jewelweed, leaves of 3. All right, now, leaves of 3. Leaves of 3. Jewelweed. So how does that work? Well, if you pull this out of the ground, and it pulls out real easy, like I just yanked it. Oops. Well, flip around screen. I can't see. Okay. You got this stalk right here, especially at these nodules right here. If you crack that open. Crapola. Hang on. If you crack that open, it's juicy in there, okay? Sometimes when you crack that open, if they're real thick, it'll just run out. This sticky mess will run out of there. Oh, that's not going to do it because it's not thick enough. That's what you do, and you rub it on wherever you can touch the poison ivy at, on your skin. And then, guess what? No rash. Okay? No rash. That's what the roots look like. Easy to come up. Look at that. It's about to get a little flower on it, but oops, I pulled it. Now, back in the house we go, okay? So, not only did I use them little stems and soak them in some oil so I can make me some salve, okay, for shit like that. Okay, which is easy. You just double boiler with some beeswax pellets and make you a salve. Real easy. That's folk magic, y'all. That's folk magic. You know what else? Look at this. Look at this. Roots. I pulled these earlier, and I left them outside to dry. That way I can separate and just pick the root off of the stem right there, and we'll be gonna clean them up real good and let them dry out again. And we grind them up into a powder. I can do that. I throw them in my coffee grinder. Okay? I was going to show you, but I ain't digging through all of this to find the jar. I need a better system, I guess. Anyway, as you can see, throw it in a jar. I already have one started. Use it in your healing workings. Use it to sever things that have... You use it against poison. Okay? You use it to heal anything poison. Okay? A poisoned spirit, a poisoned mind, a poisoned body. You can use it in your workings like that. And the root, you use the root to get at the root of the problem. Okay? To get at the root of the problem. Leaves are topical. They'll help with the symptoms. But the root gets to the root of the problem. That's folk magic, y'all. And it ain't closed. You can't close something like that. It is different. It's different for every single person that practices, because it's different depending on what's around you, what you have access to. You don't have to go out there and buy a whole bunch of fancy schmancy roots and whatever, okay, and herbs from the store. You use what you got on hand. You pull stuff out of your cabinet that you cook with. If you know, hopefully you're using spices and herbs when you cook. This shit is so easy. So easy. I'll overcomplicate it. Overcomplicate it. The root of hoodoo is kind of the same too. It's a hoodoo practice at the heart of it. That's why it's so similar to our folk practices. That and hoodoo borrows from Native Americans and stuff like that, just like folk practices do, because we all come together and helped each other survive and helped each other live. That's why they're all so similar. Born out of necessity. Stop making things like overly complicated. If you want it to be overly complicated, honey, go become a Wiccan. Go do that where there's rules. Okay? Go become a trad witch. There's rules for that. Not saying that anything's wrong with either one of those things. Wicca's really just, yeah, there's stuff wrong with Wicca. Anyway, go find you something else that fits. Okay? Because there's no rules here. There's just common sense. There's just common sense. If you need rules, this ain't gonna be for you.